Ken Sauret, Lowrance Pro Staff with Wild West Bass Trail. I want to talk a little bit today about trails and trail management, how you can utilize your trails to make you a more efficient angler so you can get the most out of your day. Okay, so when it comes to managing your trails, you can see I've been fishing around here this morning. The trail's red behind me. A lot of things that you can do with trails. And so if you'll hit your pages button and hit trails, you can see I've got 3 trails here saved. So you can edit these trails, change the color of the trail that you're leaving behind. For example, I got a yellow and a green and red saved here. You can view them later. You can change the names to them. You can even make them not show up on the screen until you need them for navigation or some other purpose. So let's take this trail 1 that we have here. For example, you can tap in the trail 1, use X back and eliminate that trail 1, the default name that came up. And you could name that whatever you want. Let's say it was Rock Trail, you know. So when you have Rock Trail up there, you hit enter, now that becomes the name. If you tap this where the color of the trail is, the down arrow, you have all these different colors that you can change that trail's color to. So you can change it to a light blue, for example. Now display is off, or on, and record is off. So with record off means that when you started to the time you stopped that trail, that is the length of that trail. It's a specific length, and without record being on, it won't add to that trail anymore. It's a fixed length of trail. Display, if you touch that and you take it off, it disappears off of the screen. If you're going over that area, that trail doesn't show up. Let's say you were fishing a night tournament and you have to navigate through some shallow water areas and you want to stay on the deep channel. Go out there in your practice day in the evening and start the trail, navigate through your shallow obstacles under the deep water area, and then when you get to the end of that danger area, you can stop that trail and you can put your title in here, put a different color like maybe red or something like that, and you can take display off until that night tournament. You go back and you choose this rock trail or whatever that trail was you called it, and on display you make it show up, it's on, but you leave record off, meaning you're not going to add or subtract to that trail. But that trail now, at night, when you can't see, you can follow that trail and know that you're over the deep water, for example. So let's see, we can save that one and we can go to trail number 2. Now, again, you can change all the colors. You can change the name to whatever you want. And if you want to go back later, and this trail, let's say it's displaying, and you got to the end of it, and you found some more territory on the lake that will be the same and add to that trail, then when you get to the end of, reasonably close to the end of that trail, just hit record on, turn it to on, and now you will add on to that trail. Then when you're done, you can hit the edit and you can record off and display off or whatever you want, and then you save your changes. Now those are changes on that trail that are always there. And so you can have multiple trails, and whenever you have these trails on or off, displaying, for example, or not displaying, this is the menu, the trail menu that we went to by hitting our pages key and tapping on trails. And if you're all done with these trails, you can tap that, make it off, and now with all these off, you will leave no trail behind you as you fish around. And that can be good if you're fishing in one little area, you know where you're fishing, you don't want all those trails on the chart screen getting to be like spaghetti and really blocking the information, maybe the contour lines of the area where you're fishing. Just don't start a trail and turn all of them off. You're not leaving a trail behind you. You can start a new trail by just tapping new trail, call it what you want, put it whatever color you want, and hit save. Now I have another trail started and I can fish and save that trail or adjust that trail any way I see fit. And you can do all this stuff off the water, at home, where your boat's in storage. You don't have to take the time on the water to do this stuff. But when you start and stop trails, you can do all that, as you can see, at the touch of a finger on the water while you're traveling. So these tips on trails and trail management, try them on your unit. Try them on the water. It'll make you a better fisherman.